And so earlier in the show, we chatted with Sarah about procrastination, and now we've decided to put her and all of the experts today on the spot. So we want to know, what type of procrastinator are you? Are you the avoider? Are you the optimist? Maybe you're the pleasure seeker or the pressure seeker. And we want examples. So Sarah, I'm going to start with you. You're always very open about helping us, but also being real about your own struggles. So what kind of procrastinator are you?
I am a classic avoider. I tend to do that in two ways. I either organize lots of things that don't need to be organized, or, and I bet a lot of people do this, I research the hell out of things like way longer than I need to before I actually move into action. It's a really sneaky form of procrastination. I do it a lot, actually.
I get that type of procrastination because you actually feel like you are being productive while you're not being productive, or you're being highly productive in something that you don't need to get done in order to avoid the thing. Yeah. Yes, I've definitely done that. I feel you on that one. Yes. Okay, Shobana, you're next. What kind of procrastinator are you, hun?
You know what? I'm actually, I think, an avoider too, because I feel like I make it as an excuse because I'm a creative, so I spend a lot of time in the process. And then when it comes like down to the deadline, that's when I really stress out. But I do perform, so I feel like I'm a combination of both the avoider and the pressure seeker.
Yeah. Okay, that's a good combo. I almost feel like I'm three of them. But anyways, I'll let you guys go first. Aaron, what kind of procrastinator are you?
I am definitely a last-minute Larry. I got to tell you, I work under the assumption that not everyone knows that you're messing up all at the same time, because I work on so many different projects. Literally, I am always last minute. So it is all about the pressure, and it is the worst. I hate it, but I always do it.
Yeah. I know. Why do we hate it so much, but we keep doing it again and again and again? And you probably say to yourself, like, do you say to yourself, this time I'm going to be different, or do you just know who you are and you're not even trying to kid yourself?
It is. I think that's a left brain and right brain thing going on there. So I do that, both things at the same time.
You're like, I'm going to be different and I'll never change. I'm going to be different and I'm never going to change.
True.
Okay, Chef Paul, what kind of procrastinator are you?
I would say I'm definitely a mixture of the pleasure seeker, which turns me into the pressure seeker. Probably comes from, my university days. I found that I really wanted to take the time to go out for beers with my friends, or spend time in the park, or, do things that were fun. And then I found that I was actually really good at sort of like swooping in at the last minute and getting things done. So now in my adult life, I feel like I take just as much pleasure as I can, and then still give myself tight deadlines, but it's not like I never leave it to the last minute, because that's just too much anxiety for me. So I feel like I've almost found a balance, but I also kind of feel like one of each category.
Okay, Chef Paul, let me ask you this, though, because I've been a pleasure seeker before as well. While you are seeking the pleasure, don't you have a small voice in the back of your mind the whole time that is taking away from the pleasure? Because it's saying, you got to do this, you got to do this, you're drinking beer, but you're supposed to be doing this. Like, don't you have that?
Sometimes, but I've also worked hard at quieting that voice. And now what I use are alarms on my phone. So I'll give myself a certain amount of time, and my friends will attest to this. We'll just be enjoying a glass of wine in the backyard, and suddenly an alarm will go off, but it's 3 p.m, and they're like, what's the alarm for? I'm like, oh, that's to remind me that I have to schedule that thing for tomorrow. It gets to the point where I think it's a little annoying, but yeah, I mean, I've always got to keep sort of one foot in the work pond. You know how it is.
I do know how it is, and I love that. I thought your alarm would go off and you would say, everyone get the heck out of my house. It's time for me to get that project done. Go right now. My alarm says I have to stop procrastinating. That would be awesome, too. No. Okay, so here I am all of the above almost. I am, but I'm the optimist, and none of you guys mentioned the optimist. I really do have faith in myself, and I disappoint myself every single time. Like, I think, oh, I'm going to get on this one early. And I used to do silly things, I remember, in university. I wouldn't be actually doing the studying, but I'd walk around with my textbooks. And it felt like because I'm walking around with my textbooks, like I'm closer to get to studying. But no, it just means I had a backpack full of textbooks that I'm not reading. So listen, I love you all for sharing, everyone. Thank you for that. Here's something you shouldn't procrastinate on. Checking out the latest Instagram reel in our Earth Month series. Today, eco expert Julia Grieve is sharing why she doesn't throw out shampoo bottles anymore and why maybe you shouldn't either. So head over to Cityline's Instagram page or scan the QR code on your screen right now.